You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrans for Black and White Sports. Let's talk about Dan LeBatard. One of the absolute most woke motherfuckers on the planet. I'm coming straight out of the box with an F-bomb. One of the most woke MFers on the planet is Dan LeBatard. This dude was woke before motherfuckers went woke. He is one of the biggest lovers of Colin Kaepernick the world has ever seen. He's been banging the drum for the fact that Kaepernick has been oppressed out of the NFL forever, along with PFT's Mike Florio. Good God. Major left-leaner, even over the top. And one of the weird things about Dan LeBatard having celebrated Colin Kaepernick is LeBatard's family and the ties coming out of Cuba, because they have famously gotten emotional over the struggle they had for that family to get out of Cuba and how much they hate Fidel Castro, but yet they embraced the communist Colin Kaepernick. It's baffling. It's always been baffling. Now, I'll tell you, for the first probably 18 months to 24 months after Colin Cowherd left ESPN, I gave Dan LeBatard's show a real chance. Stugotz, great. Stugotz is wildly entertaining on that show. Mike Ryan, the producer, that's one of the best produced radio shows that there is. He does a phenomenal job. Occasionally, Dan LeBatard does something that makes you realize LeBatard's probably not a bad dude. His producer got laid off, Chris Cody. LeBatard's paying him out of his own pocket now. Okay, so look, that's a good thing. That is an admirable thing. But LeBatard is so woke, he makes you want to paint the walls with vomit. Okay? And what's going on is, we know ESPN has famously laid off a lot of people over the last 18 to 24 months, including just recently, they cut about 300 people. And including his producer, Chris Cody, which I just brought up. Well, now ESPN may be looking, the winds are blowing, according to Outkick, that ESPN may be looking to replace Dan LeBatard. Well, they should have done that probably a long time ago. Look, Dan LeBatard has lost, including me, so many hardworking, common sense, working class Americans. People just had enough. You know, no amount of, and famously, we talk about stick to sports. Dan LeBatard is open about the fact that he will have entire shows where he will not discuss sports at all. You know, which is insane. Okay, you are on a sports media, you're in a sports media company, and he'll have entire shows where he will purposely try to piss off his listeners and his viewers by boycotting sports talk. Drives me nuts. It's one of the reasons I quit listening. I am a big Ryan Russillo fan. Make sure you check out his podcast. I think it's the best in the world now. So, LeBatard is now looking at getting replaced, and or at least the rumors are out there heavily now. LeBatard's friction with ESPN has been reported by Outkick on several occasions. Pre-pandemic, ESPN considered moving off of LeBatard's radio show entirely and moving it onto digital platforms. Once those plans fell through due to budget concerns, ESPN opted to just reduce his airtime to 2 hours. As they reported previously, the first step towards a departure. A lot of times you see that. Then they talk about the Chris Cody layoff and the fact that LeBatard hammered ESPN on his airways over that. Highly questionable, his show with Poppy. His dad is wildly entertaining. It got demoted, and all the radio shows are moving over to ESPN behind a paywall. ESPN has lost its ever-loving mind, along with going insanely woke. Their business strategy makes no sense whatsoever. In general, LeBatard is a headache for ESPN and comes with significant downside. His show struggles to grasp with traditional American values, and he's making over $3 million a year. Both LeBatard and Stugotz have over a year left on their contract. A buyout would cost $4 million and would be a bad financial and PR move for the network that just laid off 300 employees in cost-cutting, and they're in cost-cutting mode. The timetable is uncertain. And it goes on to talk about the people that could theoretically replace LeBatard. Look, one of the problems also with LeBatard's show was the fact that he had so many co-hosts on there that were just insanely woke. I mean, it was social justice messaging through the whole show. Bomani Jones got a rise to prominence on that show, and it was just political wokeness all the time. Mina Kimes, I can't stand her. Again, I want to paint the walls with my vomit every time I hear her. She hates Tom Brady because we know, famously, Tom Brady had a MAGA hat, and now that's why the entire left-leaning media world hates Tom Brady and won't give him any credit. He is the GOAT, motherfuckers, period. Regardless, she came out before the season on Bill Simmons' show and said that Tom Brady was going to be one of the worst quarterbacks in the league this year. Well, look, he's had a couple of bad games, but Tom Brady at 43 has been pretty damn good, in my opinion, this year. Even last night, he threw 2 picks, but he threw 2 touchdowns. If I had a team, look, Tom Brady would look good on my 49ers right now, I guarantee you, John Lynch. But that's neither here nor there. Now, I will give Dan LeBatard credit for one thing. He's unafraid to hammer ESPN on his show. He will hammer the ESPN network and their management with like no regard for human life. He will absolutely take them to task. But his show is so woke that it's just, you cannot listen to it. And I don't know where he goes. If that show ends, I don't know where LeBatard will end up. I assume he'll end up at FS1, but to me, he is a liability because he cannot keep his damn mouth shut about things that are political. You know, ratings are dropping all over sports, and it's because of people like Dan LeBatard. He is part of the problem, a major part of the problem. Now, who would replace that? It is the most valuable time slot in all of sports. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. is the most valuable radio time slot. That's why Cowherd's in it. That's why Dan Patrick's in it. That is the most valuable slot. Will Cain's gone. Will Cain went over to Fox News. He might have stayed if he thought the spot was opening up. I don't know. But Will Cain had a major problem with ESPN going so damn left because he would talk conservative values on ESPN's airwaves, and it wasn't going over well with management. It's going to be interesting to see. Mike Greenberg could replace him. I like Greeny. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Dan LeBatard. He used to be a hell of a good newspaper guy. He led that major investigation into the University of Miami college football scandal back in the early 90s. That's how Dan LeBatard, he used to be a great investigative newspaper guy. Look how far we've come. People have lost their minds. They are ruining their own careers by going so damn left, so damn woke. You know, I hate that for Stugotz. Maybe Stugotz will get his own show. Put Stugotz in that slot. I'll listen. I guarantee you. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.